Hey,
Richard,
how's
how
it
are
going?
you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. Watching. Yeah, there's a show called Severance, and season 2, first episode out last Friday. Watch that. So tomorrow night, I guess the second episode of season 2 is out. It's pretty
Severance
decent.
is good.
Yeah, season 1 of Severance is really good, and so far, season 2 is like holding up. I think it like I guess some critics have like watched the whole season 2, and they say it's decent. So
Oh, that must be good.
looking forward to. Yeah, I'm glad that season 2 worked out because it's actually been 3 years since like season 1, and there was a writer's strike and everything, and so hopefully season 2 kind of held together. But yeah, I'll watch it once a week, I guess, and see.
We've been watching the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
It's about a girls' high school soccer team. They went to go to like nationals or something in a plane, and it crashed. And then they resort to cannibalism, and like only a handful of them ended up surviving and making it back to civilization.
There's a movie called Alive that's like that.
Yeah.
Is that like because the plot of Alive is like a men's rugby team that crashes in Alaska and they eat each other.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
think
of
it's
the
called
same
Alive.
thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that it seems like there's two movies that kind of have that plot. Maybe they've
There's a
started like
lot.
a remake.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama, a lot of teen drama, and it kind of bounces between like current day where they're like old, our age, and they got families and stuff, and there's a bit of like drama there, and there's a backstory. So it's like from before. It started off from before. Okay, it bounced around to three different settings or scenes, or what's the word I'm looking for here? Three different scenarios are kind of going on at the same time.
Yeah.
When they're in the bush before they crashed, and then when they're old after they crashed. And so now that like the old story has caught up to like where they are. Actually, no, it hasn't really caught up yet, has it? No. I think they kind of in the pilot they kind of give a highlight of near the end of their 19 months. Anyway, there's a lot going on. A lot of good character development. But
so it basically kind of reveals that some of them survived at least by showing you the old days.
yeah,
then,
but
yeah, it's
but
like kind of around
I hate all the characters.
you don't want them to make it.
No, they all make it, but they're all fucking annoying. I hate them all. They got stupid things going on about them, and like they're just all dumb.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, watching shows like that, I always want, I picture myself there, and it's like I would just run for it, and maybe I wouldn't make it, but I want to hear the story of like somebody who just like makes a run for it, tries to run to the nearest town.
Yeah, but they're like 300 miles away from everything, right?
Yeah, I would go for it though. I think I wouldn't. I don't know if I don't know. I would just kind of like gather supplies, help out on camp a little bit. Then I would make my like break for it. And just obviously like assume that I wouldn't make it, but it'd be fun to like see how far I get to the nearest town.
So yeah, that's I'm actually looking for a space drama. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Well, people said The Expanse, but they said that it maybe doesn't start out so fast, but then it's good, I think. And also,
It's fucking
there's
slow.
actually For All Mankind. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I'm crushed both of them. I've done it all.
Oh yeah.
I finished The Expanse, and I'm like, oh, they didn't want to age the characters and continue on like the best part. It's like 6 seasons. Like imagine Stargate SG-1, and you got 6 seasons of them like talking about the Stargate, talking about the Stargate, more talking about the Stargate. Somehow they discover the Stargate, and by the end of season 6, they turn on the Stargate and they go through it for the first time. It's pretty much like that with the Expanse, where they access fucking space gate in between different galaxies, and same idea. And then they discover one place, and the whole fucking thing ends. It's like, really? Because the books keep going on, but for whatever reason, they didn't want to age the characters. Well, when you deal with space, well, you know, they can travel pretty far. But like with For All Mankind, there's like with each season, Ed gets progressively older. I don't think he's going to survive into the next season. I mean, he's already fucking ancient. He's like 90 something right now on
Like
Mars.
in a 90 in real life or 90 in the show?
No, they age him, right? So
Yeah.
he started off like our age, if not 40, and then then he's like 50, and then he's like 75 or 80. It's like huge progression because it's realistic in that, imagine there was a space arms race between Russia and in the US, and instead of there being like a Cold War where it's all nukes, it's a race for the moon, and then it's a race for Mars.
Yeah.
So they basically kind of colonized Mars a bit. They put a base on there, they got some mining, and they progressed and eventually to like enhance or take Mars over, and they have a colony there now. But it takes forever to get there, and then there's like the building of a fusion engine, which is required to be able to travel the distance. So it's a progression. I love the progression, but it goes from like, I don't know, 1970s, 1960s, and then it's like year 2000 and something, and they're already on Mars, because it's just, if the world put its, I'm could be 2010, but if the world superpowers put their energy into space exploration, we would be a lot further. Our technology would be a lot further too.
Yeah.
But we wasted it on fucking nukes and, you know, mutually assured destruction.
I think a nuke is a possible way to propel a spaceship, but there's like a rule where you can't detonate a nuke in space.
You can't, eh?
I think you can't. And that maybe that's why people are not. I don't know if it would be a great engine. Maybe it would accelerate like too fast. But I feel like maybe a series of small nukes could kind of propel something pretty quick. Or like there's like a law, like people have decided they don't want to test nukes in space or something, or I don't know what the deal is, but I feel like they're like nukes could be useful probably for like something in space, mining asteroids.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of metals and resources out there, especially like at the asteroid belt, if we can get there.
Yeah, what other space? Have you seen like 2001 Space Odyssey?
No,
That
how's
old
that?
movie? It's pretty decent for like an old, like it's the movie where there's like a bunch of monkeys and one of the monkeys like touch, like there's this big black rectangle uh like before humans, and it's just like sort of monkeys hanging around, and they touch this like rectangle, and I think there's like a high pitched noise it emits, like it's kind of mysterious, and uh it's about like humans doing space travel a lot. It's like very slow, leisurely, like uh there's a lot, like the special effects are like pretty good for the time when it was released. Like 2001 Space Odyssey was released like far prior, like 19 something, 1970, 60 is when it was like made. And it's about like the idea that we would have space travel in 2001, and they really do a good job of like making it seem believable in terms of the special effects they use. and you get to see like the guy traveling through the airport, spaceport, zero G, like gravity, like someone serving him food. And then by the end, though, it gets kind of like abstract almost somehow. Like it's unclear the message of the film, but it's sort of mysterious and it's pretty interesting.
Hmm.
It's probably worth checking out. Yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey.
Let me put it in my phone here.
Yeah, I have a list of movies that I keep now, like a queue. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. That's the next on the list. Then I have The Pianist.
What?
Actually, there's a movie called The Pianist, and one of my friends said he liked it. Adrian Brody. There's an actor called Adrian Brody that's stars in The Pianist.
Yeah, it just makes me feel like shit that I'm not actually like putting my piano out there on a daily basis. Now, I did download Logic Pro in the trial period, so I'm going to like dick around with that. And yeah, I think it's important that I record properly with MIDI.
Yeah, I want to do some music like generation. I have a very simple process. I just want to take like a few notes and raise and lower their volume so that they like sort of roll over one another in like a almost like a meditative sort of trance like note. And then I also want to build like the style of architecture that's like brutalism, and it's very like it's like made of concrete, very like large, not a lot of detail. There's like some minimalism mixed in there. I want to make like brutalist architecture inside of like a video game, and then almost make like a brutalist like temple with like some colored lights, and then the player can like walk around, and I want there to be like this like music that's sort of filling the space, like maybe just a couple of notes like sort of raising and lowering over one another, and the
Yeah,
player's like walking around in something that looks like maybe like a not like a fancy cathedral, but like just some very simple like concrete structure that has like a high ceiling and some like sort of slabs of like rock, and the players like walking around in that environment, and maybe there's like a glowing like pillar or something, and just this music playing. I feel like I want to create some environment like that.
sweet.
Mhm.
Do it up, man.
Yeah, I keep going back and forth. Like I want it to be like a website where you just visit a website and then it's ready to go right away. Like it loads really fast, and then you just have your WASD and mouse, and you can walk around and it's playing the music. And so to get all that to work, and then I have this idea like it would definitely be cool if I could sort of make that infinite. Like as you walk around, it generates like more places to explore to like infinity, and but that gets harder. I just have to make like a set of rules for like how do rooms connect to one another, and sort of come up with a way for that. But that would be fun to make just like an infinite sort of like place to explore different, almost like either a gallery or a stone ruins or structure or something like that, but like very minimalist though. Yeah, I love
Sorry,
when.
you were thinking of
Oh
doing
yeah,
that like on the computer or artsy
yeah,
stuff?
pretty much.
Like, okay,
Yeah, it would be computer. Yeah, it would be sort of like my idea would be that like if somebody's sort of looking for like kind of a little tool to mess around with as they like just sort of try to empty their mind and meditate, then they could sort of, it would feel like in the computer, yeah, like you would feel like you're walking around just this very like ancient, like solid, like concrete structure, and you just hear these like notes. I love when like notes, like lower notes, like they really reverberate and you can hear like the grittiness of them, and they, when you raise and lower the volume and you mix them, they sort of like twist like together in a certain way, and that feels like a lot of emotion sometimes in notes like that. So yeah, it'd be fun to get that, to make something like that.
When you're describing that, I'm thinking of a game I used to play called Kingsfield 2, which I am going to set a reminder to download the fucking PlayStation emulator and play this game because I can't find it anywhere. I love Kingsfield. Like, love it. It is just garbage graphics. It is garbage gameplay. But there's something about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Dark Souls stems from it. But I played Kingsfield 2, and then I played the Ancient City or the Lost City, and it was just it was a really good game. The ending was fucking terrifying. It was the stuff of nightmares, buddy. I couldn't even. Whoever fucking thought about the ending of that game was fucked. The whole crew, every one of them. Are you ever going to play the game? Should I ruin it for you?
I don't think I would end up playing it. Yeah, you could spoil it.
Okay, I don't even remember. You go down pretty deep. You discover this ancient city. The whole fucking. It's so good, so good. But you get to this sort of.
You could record a playthrough of it.
Yeah.
Then you could sort of preserve it. Yeah.
You get to this place though, and there's two-headed dogs trying to kill you, and you eventually get to I don't know if it's a church or a building or structure. I don't know if you kill this NPC or boss, mini boss, whatever. It doesn't matter, but I don't know if it's some sort of seal into another dimension or what it is, but there's something on the ground, and you open it up and you kind of drop into it. And then you're in fucking hell. You're in the most terrifying setting. It's not red and brimstone and fire. It's flesh covered walls. The ceiling, the floor, the roof, and entities are coming out of the wall trying to grab you. And they're powerful as fuck. They hurt if they hit you. They really hurt. And you got end game. You have to have the end game armor and the Moonlight Greatsword to actually defeat these things. If you don't, it's you're beating the piece of metal and it just keeps regenerating. I don't even know if you could kill these things with a normal weapon because the Moonlight Greatsword's magical. It's also a recurring weapon in all the Soulsborne games.
Oh yeah.
It's every single game. Dark Souls 1, Moonlight Greatsword is OP, but also it can be countered with the Great Magic Barrier. It's pure magic, but there's some pretty dirty tricks that you can take advantage of, some glitches. Anyway, carrying on, you have to cut the tail off of a magical white dragon in order to get the Moonlight Greatsword. So, anything, OP. So it's also the strongest weapon in Kingsfield, both Kingsfield 2, I'm pretty sure it's in there, and also the Ancient City. And I think in the second one, you can get the sword, but you have to charge it with the power of fairies in order for it to actually have the magical properties. I don't think you have. I think you have to charge the in the Ancient City. But anyway, completely different ending. You can't actually. The boss is kind of weird in the ancient one. I can't fully remember, but you kill it properly with the Moonlight Greatsword, and you don't kill it properly with a normal weapon. If you manage to kill it, because you are lucky. It's just, dude, walls of living, moving flesh and entities coming out of it and trying to grab you and coming from the ceiling too. Oh man,
that's pretty good. For the tech and the graphics that they had, creating an area like that, because it's scary and it's intense, but it's not overly complex. Just entities coming out of the walls that are colored like flesh is a good simple way to communicate like a fear and a scary environment with a simplicity to it that allows them to like pull it off in a way that's not like reaching too much, so that the game like sort of doesn't stay consistent or something.
Like, I'm actually looking it up right now. Ancient City Final Dungeon. I don't know how to spell dungeon anymore. Oh my god. Shadow Tower. A true survival horror.
It's cool, like artists. It's like artists are so capable to like envision a place, and then for a while, like games could only do like what they could, and but now we have like games can sort of mirror concept art pretty closely, but
Yeah.
still it always feels like there isn't, I definitely want like more different environments, bigger environments. Like I want to spend more time in like bizarre places.
That's why I enjoy playing video games, because it lets you experience that. You get to go to
Yeah.
different areas you'd never be able to go to in real life. Yeah, like I'm even looking at like the health bar and the little icon. Yeah, it's totally Dark Souls totally came from this.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find. Oh man, I got so excited every time I turned this game on as a kid. Like super. Oh, there's a remake. Oh, that's just for Kingsfield. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares now. There's like a room of skeletons that are like walking around in like the first area when you first start the game. And skeletons are OP. Like they'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, skeletons don't even have any organs or anything. Like whatever's animating a skeleton, pretty much you're just like breaking the bones so it can't like fight. Like I don't know how you destroy a skeleton. They're just like,
Right?
yeah.
And they can't make any noise. Well, I guess, but they can't like talk or screech or anything because
Hmm.
they don't have a vocal box.
That would be very creepy in real life, seeing like actual skeletons come after you, and they just like they're just like hard bone, and they don't say anything or anything. They just kind of like attacking you.
Yeah. Yeah, Kingsfield 1 is pretty terrible graphic wise.
Hmm.
Wow, it's like bad. I'm trying
I
to
wonder,
find
could
I'm
they
trying
do
to
like
find
a remake that just
yeah,
like keep it super minimalist? Like just do like a remake, just improve the texture. Like even if there's like nothing in the environment, it's just walls. Like just make like a slightly better texture on the wall, and then do like just a quick remake where maybe just commission like some. I don't know if if the music is good, leave it in, and good, yeah, and then it could sort of just be like a. They should just do like $100,000, fund the project, push it out.
fuck, I would do it. I would fund it.
Like a Kickstarter. Just show like one interesting scene, get everyone like $2-3 on Kickstarter.
Yo, seriously though, like there's like a whole Soulsborne community out there, and it's progressed into like Elden Ring and the DLC. They should totally remake Kingsfield. I'm
Yeah.
not getting the images I want. I think there's not many people playing it.
Yeah, it
just
makes it
seeing
seem
like,
like a playthrough, if it's like the only playthrough and you can sort of communicate your experience or just show off like some of the highlights, whatever stands the test of time. That would be cool to see, like just in a quick YouTube video or something. Yeah, because that seems like it would preserve it. Like sometimes, yeah, it's frustrating when there's like a lot to these games and nothing really has made it onto the current internet. So then, yeah, like one good YouTube video could be like the de facto place for everyone to sort of go back and get the images and different environments.
mhm. Kingsfield Additional 1. I got like things that are branching off from it now. Anyway, not to get wrapped around the axle about this, but I am totally getting the emulator. I mean, I should find a PlayStation emulator that plays 1, 2, and 3 games. There's also Demon Souls, which I have downloaded, and surprisingly, I've only like got past the first area. It's well done. Demon Souls is really, really well done.
And they remade it recently, I think.
Yeah, it's real good.
Hmm.
I kind of just wanted someone to drop me like all the end game armor and fully upgraded so I can just cheese through it. So people say that the difficulty was considering very staggering at first. Fans have since realized that the game is fairly straightforward compared to its successors.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems more of like a puzzle. Like these games that are difficult when they first arrived, like people did not know like the standards of like the boss patterns and numbers and stuff. But yeah, it's like the community figures it out, and then it becomes like sort of the internet knows the knowledge of like how to optimize, and it's like a solve. The puzzle's solved, and the difficulty you can like control the difficulty by doing all the right actions or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I just bought my third PS5 because I gave my other two away. Kids in need, right? Like they're
Yeah.
playing PlayStation 4 and I'm like, yike. Like the load time on this, I feel bad for you. So I gave one to my friend's kid all of a sudden, and then everybody spends a lot of time on the games but plays it 4, and I'm just like, no, we need to up your game. Demon Souls review 9 out of 10. 93% of people like this game. It's pretty high. So you don't play video games?
I play some video games right now. Like there's like Valheim, Astroneer, Helldivers 2, and then Hitman 3. There's certain games like that I get into. Stardew Valley, like another. Some games I just get into them, I get familiar with them, and I play them for like many hours, like off and on. I'll even go back, like even Astroneer is like 12 years old or something, but I'll still go back and like just play a new game while I'm listening to like a podcast mostly.
Sweet. Yeah, I play the old games over again. I'm
Yeah.
playing Final Fantasy 3. I'm basically doing like a level time run where I'm gonna try to like run away from most encounters, and I try to beat Kafka with like, I don't know, level 15 characters and leather armor.
Yeah, those are it's like sounds like fun constraints. Interesting to
Yeah,
see be done, yeah.
you just you run through everything. Like it makes the game go a lot faster. And like I have a times 15 speed on my emulator. So like
I think the voice cut out.
you still there?
Yeah, you said you have a times 15. I'll have to head out in a few minutes, but you said you
Yeah,
had a times 15 speed, and then
yeah.
it sort of cut out, yeah.
Play RPGs on these old like pixel RPGs without fast forward anymore. Like the
Yeah.
dialogue goes too slow, the animations are too slow, battles are too slow. So I just times 15 shit. Like I have memory, so like I have my setup for my characters when they do their turn, like for the fighting. And I put them all in the back row and they all use their abilities, which ignores the half damage punishment for being in the back bar. So I get 2 times the defense, same attack, and then I just stack them for pure attack because I don't care about defense because all damage is all physical damage is cut in half. So I just fucking annihilate everything times it by 15 and just go. So I ripped through, and then I discovered that like you could do the Vanish Doom glitch, but if you play a version that doesn't have it, you can get these items, these magical staffs, and you can use them as an item, even though they're meant to be like a weapon for one of your blue mages. And they cast like ice 2 or fire 2 or thunder 2 or whatever the blizzard or blizzara or flare, and it doesn't scale or it doesn't use your magic as a multiplier. It just has like a base multiplier, which is stupid high. And you could just wreck all the bosses in the first world as soon as you can buy these things. And so like I just ripped through, even though the bosses would like destroy me otherwise, I could just kill them with the items and just carry on. It's hilarious. Anyway,
Yeah, I like stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, I always look for like hacks and bypasses to make things easier. I want to break the game as soon as possible, so and I do that in all the games I play. Become as strong as I possibly can, as soon as I can.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Thanks for the chat,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry for the delay.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you. I guess you'll skip next week, but we can
Yeah,
chat again. Yeah.
if things change, I'll let you know. Have a good workout.
All right. Thanks. Bye.